So we're the IOSH Broadcasting and Telecommunications Group, and we cover a whole range of industries from things like film and TV production through to how that is then transmitted across wireless and fixed networks, right the way through to installation of fibre and copper services into people's homes so that they're connected to the service.
What does your sector group do?
Yes, in the Broadcasting and Telecoms group, we cover a whole range of different health and safety risks, quite a broad mix actually. So some of your everyday risks, whether it's your slips and trips, your ergonomics, all that kind of usual stuff actually still applies in this industry group. But we do have some specialisms. So things like work at height, in particular radio rigging and some big transmissions of data. So that includes things like electromagnetic frequency for broadcast elements. And also covers things like confined spaces, so when installations are taking place in underground spaces like manholes and things like that, as well as the usual things like lone working and fatigue management for our people that are working either out in very remote places or having to do support for some of those bigger events and the like.
Why does the group exist?
Yeah, so as a kind of industry group, it's really grown over the last little while, and whether it's about the ever increasing need for those stories, whether it's movies or series online, right the way through to our consumption of data or wanting to be connected to people, those industries have grown to support that. And actually as a health and safety community, we're here to support that industry and actually make sure everyone still gets home safe and well, just as well as we did in the past.
So who do you engage with in industry, and really importantly, how is that fed back to IOSH?
Yeah, so there's a whole mix of industry groups. So, in the UK, whether it's things like Shift or the MATS group, so that's the Safety and Health in Fibre Telecoms, or the Masts and Towers Safety Group, lots of industry groups like that we'll link into. So lots of the members of the IOSH group will be members of those as well. We bring that learning back into our membership community. And actually one of the things I'm super proud of in the Broadcasting and Telecoms group is actually 50% of our members or thereabouts are actually internationally based. And one of the things about broadcasting and telecoms is it is genuinely that international sector. So whether in the UK or out in Saudi Arabia, out in Australia, we've got a whole host of members in the group, and it's great to have that knowledge sharing.
So how can our members engage with your group?
Yeah, so first point I'd call out is our LinkedIn group. That's our primary method of getting engagement with the group. We do have others, so we'll have lots of other events and things that go on, but the primary way to engage is through our LinkedIn group.
How important is it to have IOSH members on your group?
Oh, it's massive. Having IOSH members in the group, that enables the whole thing to work. It's about sharing and it's about learning from each other. And as I said, in the industry, it is a very lonely industry. You tend to work in our own individual organisations. Bringing people together under the IOSH banner to make sure everyone gets home safe and well is massively important.
For anyone interested in joining the group, what can they expect?
Yeah, so as I said, lots of focus on some of the key areas, things like work at height, confined spaces, lifting equipment, but also things that cover a whole range of industries, whether it's your health and well-being of being in a lone working environment, right the way through to dynamic risk assessment and how you make sure that when you're doing a live broadcast, you can't just sit there and wait and say, oh, can you wait there a sec while I do my risk assessments? You're there and you're supporting. So that dynamic risk assessment piece is massive, and we're the organisation that's there to share that learning and best practice.
And what's the process for anyone interested in joining?
Of course, yeah, obviously, as I said before, on the LinkedIn group, you'll see all the contact details, same as on the IOSH website. Or alternatively, you can drop an email over to networks@iosh.com and they'll sort that out for you.